In the dead of night, while the city sleeps, a shadow moves through the narrow alleys of New Orleans. It doesn't want your money, it wants your soul. For over a century, these stories have been whispered in the dark. Forgotten cases that still haunt the American landscape. Unsolved, unexplained, and utterly terrifying. Welcome to Shadows of the Past. Today we delve into the dark heart of American history to uncover the truth behind the most chilling forgotten cases. These are the files the authorities couldn't close, the mysteries that time tried to bury. But tonight we bring them back to the light. May 1918. New Orleans was a city of jazz and life, but a predator was stalking the streets, one who would become known as the Axeman. His method was always the same. He didn't break windows or pick locks. He used a chisel to remove a panel from the back door, slipping inside like a ghost. He never brought his own weapon. He used whatever he found in the house, usually the family's own axe. And he never took a single cent. He only took lives. Panic gripped the city. Every house was locked. Every shadow was a suspect. The police were baffled, and the body count was rising. Then, a letter arrived. The letter was sent to the newspapers. It claimed to be from hell. It said, "I am very fond of jazz, and I swear by all the devils that every person shall be spared in whose house a jazz band is in full swing." On the night of March 19, 1919, New Orleans was the loudest city on earth. Professional bands and amateurs alike played jazz until dawn, praying the music would keep the devil away. No one was killed that night. The Axeman kept his word. But then, as suddenly as he had appeared, he vanished. The murders stopped, but the identity of the killer remains a mystery. But New Orleans wasn't the only place where an axe-wielding shadow walked. 6 years earlier, in the quiet town of Villisca, Iowa, a much darker tragedy unfolded. The Moore family house, a place of warmth and laughter until the night of June 10, 1912. 8 people went to sleep that night. None of them would ever wake up. Josiah, Sarah, their children, and 2 young guests. They were pillars of the community. There was no motive, no reason for the horror that was about to occur. The killer didn't break in. Evidence suggests he was already inside, waiting in the attic for hours, listening to the family have dinner, say their prayers, and drift off to sleep. In the dead of night, he moved. He started in the master bedroom and moved from room to room with surgical, brutal precision. He left the house locked from the inside. The scene was bizarre. The killer had covered every mirror and window with cloth. He had even washed his hands in a bowl of water before leaving. It wasn't just murder, it was a ritual. A traveling preacher, a bitter business rival, even a serial killer known as Blackie. Many were suspected, but no one was ever convicted. The house still stands, a monument to a nightmare. 2 different cities, 2 different eras, but the same cold steel. Which of these cases do you find more disturbing? Tell us your theories in the comments and hit the like button. We move forward to 1981, Keddie, California, a resort town that promised peace. But for Glenna Sue Sharp and her family, Cabin 28 would become a house of horrors. On the morning of April 12th, Sue's daughter Sheila returned from a sleepover to find a nightmare. 3 bodies lay in the living room, bound with medical tape and electrical cords. But there was a 4th victim. 12-year-old Tina was missing. Her remains wouldn't be found for 3 years, miles away in the deep woods. The investigation was a disaster from day one. Lead suspects had connections to the local sheriff's department. Evidence was lost, tips were ignored, and a potential confession was buried for decades. Was it incompetence or a cover-up? Cabin 28 was demolished in 2004, but the ghosts of Keddie haven't found peace. To this day, the case remains officially open, a chilling reminder of a justice system that failed. The Axeman, the Villisca murderer, the Keddie killers. Different motives, different weapons, but one common thread. They all escaped into the night, leaving only shadows behind. What leads a person to commit such acts? Is it madness, ritual, or something even more sinister? We may never know the names, but we will never forget the stories. Because the most terrifying thing about these forgotten cases isn't the monsters under the bed. It's the monsters who walk among us, hidden in plain sight. Every cold case is a promise unkept to the victims, a puzzle with pieces that no longer fit. We look back not just to be scared, but to remember those who were lost to the shadows. As we close these files for tonight, ask yourself, how well do you really know the history of your own town? What secrets are buried beneath the floorboards? Thank you for joining us on this journey into the dark. These forgotten cases serve as a reminder that some mysteries are better left unsolved. Or are they? We'll be back with more investigations into the unknown. Until then, keep your doors locked and your lights on. You never know who might be watching from the dark. If you enjoyed this documentary, hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss a new mystery. Share this video with someone who loves a good scare. Check out our other deep dives into the macabre right here. Your support helps us continue uncovering the stories that time forgot. Shadows of the Past is produced by those who believe the truth is out there, waiting to be found. Good night and stay safe.